Hello, I'm Martin Crump. I first got involved in NLP in 1994 and I ran my first course in 1996. And at the time it was really hard to get people on the course. We almost had to drag them in on the street. And our first delegates were clients of ours already. So we got a relationship and a level of trust. But once we got going, it became easier. We had referrals, people started to hear a bit more about NLP and we started to fill our courses. But we noticed after a few years that it felt like we'd kind of gone over a hump and it was getting harder to get people on courses again, and it felt like people were getting more sceptical and more cynical about NLP, and you've probably come across these people in your practices as well. Here are some of the things that might seem familiar to you that we've heard lots and lots of times.
It's just West Coast psychobabble.
Oh, it's just hippy-dippy nonsense, isn't it?
Most of those words are made up, aren't they?
It's where you can tell if people are lying by the way their eyes move.
Sound familiar? I began to realise that there was a problem with perception. In fact, there was a growing problem with perception. And the language and the jargon associated with NLP was exacerbating that problem. And it was excluding people from learning and developing because they were being switched off by it. Now, I firmly believe that everybody can benefit from the tools and techniques. And so I began to wonder whether people needed to know the names of the tools and the techniques that they were using. And that really what they were looking for was a solution to a problem. After all, there is a saying that if you can't explain something to a 6-year-old, you probably don't understand it properly yourself.
Aurora, do you know what NLP is?
No.
Okay. It's neuro-linguistic programming.
What?
And it's the art and science of personal excellence.
What?
It's an attitude and a methodology that leaves behind it a trail of techniques.
What are you talking about?
So, would it be useful for you to understand a little more about how I demystify NLP, about how I adapt and combine tools and techniques to help cynical and sceptical people find solutions to a whole range of problems? If it would, come along and see what I have to say. Thank you for watching. I mentioned NLP a couple of times, but I think I got away with it.